Lamborghini just dropped something that doesn't even look real. It's not a Huracan, not an Urus, and definitely not your everyday supercar. This thing is their first all-electric beast, and it's so wild they had to invent a whole new category just to describe it. We're talking about a car that cranks out over 1,300 horsepower without a drop of fuel. Yeah, let that sink in. And before you roll your eyes thinking, oh, another concept car, hold on, this one isn't just for show. Lamborghini says it's the blueprint for their future. And trust me, when you see what's inside, how it drives, and the insane tech packed into it, you'll realize this isn't just a car. It's Lamborghini's loudest statement yet. So, let's dive in, because what's coming next will change the way you think about electric supercars forever. Overview and context. So here's the deal. Lamborghini didn't just throw a random concept car at us. The Lanzador was revealed at Monterey Car Week in 2023. And it's not just a flashy one-off prototype. Nope. This is Lamborghini's sneak peek at their fourth production model, which they're aiming to launch around 2028 or 2029. And here's the kicker. It's their first fully electric car. They're calling it an Ultra GT, basically a brand new segment that sits between a raging supercar and a practical grand tourer. Think of it as Lamborghini's way of saying, yeah, we're going electric, but we're still going to do it our way. And their way means extreme performance, wild styling, and zero compromise on excitement. This car is part of their electrification roadmap, something Lamborghini calls Direzione Cortari. It's their long-term plan to stay brutal, but also go green. So essentially, the Lanzador is more than just a car. It's a statement about the future of Lamborghini exterior design. Now let's talk looks, because the Lanzador doesn't look like anything else on the road right now. At first glance, you might think it's a mashup, part Aventador, part Urus, part spaceship. And honestly, that's not far off. Up front, you get these sharp, Y-shaped LED headlights, classic Lamborghini signature, but with an even more futuristic vibe. The hood is low and sculpted, almost like it's slicing through air even when parked. From the side, it's got that sloping coupe roofline, but the stance is wild. Wide fenders, giant wheels, and a ride height that's noticeably taller than your average Lambo. It's like Lamborghini put a supercar on stilts and said, yeah, it can go anywhere now. Spin around to the back, and things get even crazier. You've got an aggressive diffuser, slim LED taillights stretched across the width, and vents everywhere you look. It screams performance, but also feels rebellious. Exactly what Lamborghini themselves called it. Rebellious and futuristic. Here's the interesting part. It's a two-door 2+2 coupe, which means you technically get back seats. More on that in a bit, but the exterior already tells you one thing. This isn't a gentle city EV. It's designed to look powerful, athletic, and honestly, a little intimidating. Interior. Step inside and the Lanzador doesn't let up. It's pure Lamborghini drama. First surprise. Even though it only has two doors, the interior is actually a 2+2 layout, so you've got two compact seats in the back. They're not limousine-level roomy, but hey, squeezing extra passengers into a Lamborghini, that's a win. Now up front, it feels like climbing into a fighter jet. The cockpit is low-slung, the flat-bottom steering wheel is right in your face, and the center console rises up to meet the dash, creating that enclosed, pilot-style vibe Lamborghini loves. The digital displays are super futuristic. Each front passenger gets their own dedicated screen built into the dash, which means no massive floating iPad in the middle, like you see in other EVs. It's all driver-focused, immersive, and honestly, looks like it belongs in a sci-fi movie. But here's where it gets interesting. Lamborghini isn't just flexing design. They're also flexing sustainability. The Lanzador's interior uses Italian merino wool for the upholstery, recycled carbon fiber in the trims, and even 3D printed foam made from recycled fibers for the seats. So, while you're feeling like a jet pilot in a 1,300 horsepower EV, you can also pat yourself on the back for being eco-conscious. Win-win, right? Performance and powertrain. All right, buckle up, because the Lanzador isn't playing around under the skin either. This beast packs two electric motors, one on each axle, which means full-time all-wheel drive. Together, These motors produce over 1 megawatt of power. That's more than 1,340 horsepower. For perspective, that's way beyond the Aventador's V12 output. Now, Lamborghini hasn't revealed the exact performance numbers yet, but with that kind of power and instant EV torque, you can bet this thing will rocket from 0 to 60 in well under 3 seconds. Top speed? Expect north of 200 miles per hour once it hits production. What makes it even crazier is how the power is delivered. With EVs, you don't wait for revs. Torque hits instantly. So imagine flooring it and feeling like you just got launched off an aircraft carrier. It's brutal, it's silent, and it's pure Lamborghini insanity, reimagined for the electric era. Technology and driving dynamics. Now, raw horsepower is fun, but what really makes the Lanzador feel like the future is the tech packed into it. Lamborghini has created a system called LDVI, short for Lamborghini Dinamica Veicolo Integrata. Fancy name, right? Basically, it's the car's brain. It constantly reads how you're driving and lets you fine-tune everything: steering, suspension, traction, right from controls on the steering wheel. So you can literally dial in your perfect driving style on the go. Then there's the active aerodynamics. Sounds nerdy, but here's the deal. The Lanzador has flaps and vents that move automatically depending on what you're doing. Cruising on the highway? They close down to make the car super slippery, which saves battery and extends your range. Switch into sport mode? Those same flaps open up, adding massive downforce so the car sticks to the road like a race car. It's like having airplane wings built into your Lamborghini. And because it's electric, Lamborghini had to make sure handling wasn't just about power. So you get things like rear wheel steering, which helps in tight corners, and adaptive air suspension, which can raise or lower the car depending on the terrain. That's huge because remember, this car has that higher stance. It's not afraid of rougher roads. Lamborghini literally designed this thing to feel at home, whether you're blasting down a track or driving through a mountain pass. Market position and speculation. All right, let's answer the big question. Who is the Lanzador actually for? Lamborghini is pitching this as their entry into a whole new segment they call the Ultra GT. Now, if you're wondering what that means, think of it like this. It's not as hardcore as a track-focused Aventador, but it's way more wild than a luxury SUV like the Urus. It's meant to be the ultimate all-rounder, a Lamborghini you can drive anywhere, anytime, without it losing its edge. As for price, well, Lamborghini hasn't dropped the official number yet, but early reports point to around $300,000. Yep, definitely still supercar money. And since it's slated for a 2028/2029 release, you can expect even crazier versions to follow. Maybe a convertible, maybe special editions. Now, competition-wise, it's a bit tricky because there's nothing exactly like this on the market. Some people are comparing it to the Porsche 911 Dakar or even the Ferrari Purosangue. But honestly, the Lanzador is kind of carving its own lane. That's very Lamborghini, isn't it? Bottom line, the Lanzador isn't for someone who just wants an electric car. It's for someone who wants an electric Lamborghini that still looks insane, drives like a beast, and makes you the center of attention everywhere you go. Conclusion and outro. So, to wrap it all up, the Lamborghini Lanzador is more than just another shiny concept. It's Lamborghini's first big step into the electric era, and they're making sure it screams Lamborghini from every angle. We're talking a rebellious, futuristic design, an interior that feels like a spaceship cockpit, over 1,300 horsepower of pure EV muscle, and tech so advanced it basically drives like it can read your mind. This car is proof that Lamborghini isn't backing down just because the future is electric. If anything, they're turning the volume up to 11. And honestly, if this is what the future of supercars looks like, I don't think anyone's going to complain. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Lamborghini nailed it with the Lanzador? Or are you still not sold on the idea of an all-electric Lambo? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this deep dive. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss more insane supercar breakdowns like this one.